You've seen a school. Interesting. Temple. Go here. I think, well, actually, we're told actually to go there for new plot development. Should I go for plot? Yeah, sure. We're going for plot. Let's do the plot. We're doing a lot of like slice of life scenes. Let's actually like, you know, do some plot. I feel like. I think we need to go here, right? As far as I know. At least that's what the hint they gave us, you know, go back to the like the forest area, you know, once you already learned your magic or whatever. Anyway. I make my way along the forest path to the hill behind the temple. Today is another nice day. Once I pass through this curtain of trees, a view of the fresh blue sky and the mountains should be waiting for me. Yeah, I think we did this before, actually. Well, this is different. My field of vision expands. The spectacle that greets my eyes is that of a pile of corpses. The one facing off against that abstract scenery isn't me. It's Emiya Shirou. It's the man with the same origin as me, reciting an unpleasant sutra. Oh, well, I guess not Emiya Shirou, but like, you know, archer, but... White sunlight burns my eyes. What is this sound? Cicadas? It doesn't sound like cicadas. Sounds like electricity or something. Like weird like feedback. There's still traces of summer left here at the Ryudo Temple. Looks like the strong sunlight has blinded me for a second. As if all the colors had been inverted, the scenery appeared black for just an instant. Okay. Again, this sprite of him, I don't know why it's... I guess they wanted to draw the back of the archer. I guess you just really wanted to just have this sprite of him, you know, facing backwards. It's just a thing. Though I'm not sure he's been aware of my presence for quite a while, he doesn't spare so much as a glance in my direction. And yeah, it turns out he's not an illusion, he's actually here. We do get to actually talk to him. I assume. Everything else I just saw was a hallucination caused by the vertigo, but he sure wasn't. Okay. We wait in silence. Hey Archer, why did you headshot me? At one time. What we saw or thought we saw was the same. The first to break the silence would prove his own impurity. The tension is exacerbated, or exacerbated by the sound of insects. I look closely at that familiar bat. Now that I think about it, why isn't he wearing his red mantle? Yeah, and also technically this is like, even though it's the same pose, it's like technically a new drawing because he's not wearing the coat. I think. I don't think we saw this sprite before, you know, where he's not wearing his coat. I can understand that it'll be too hot to wear it in the summer, but it's already fall. No, more importantly, he isn't the type of guy that will remove his armaments like that because of the weather. But still, the sun's getting in the way. This is a favorite spot of mine, but having this many nuisances here is enough to make me want to pick a fight. And you wouldn't have happened to like shoot me in the face? The forehead that the arrow had pierced recalls the pain that it will eventually feel. At any rate, I have to cause everything that could possibly happen to occur. Kill or be killed. Once I cause both to happen, I only have to choose the outcome that's more convenient. Okay, Archer apparently, I don't know, I guess Archer knows too. His memories are not as muddled as everyone else as well. Because you've been killing me? Or more precisely, I haven't been able to go. You gotta pay the troll toll. Warning shot. I don't know about that. From what he's saying, he's driven back the other servants already. Because of that, Lancer, Rider, and Caster can't come near Shinto at night. Lancer's place of residence should be the church, but maybe he camps out in the mountains. Well, leaving that aside... Ah yes. He's not lying. The bowman's intent to kill me is real. Not this again.
まだ俺を殺したがってたんだ。登坂がいない今がチャンスってことか？
言うまでもない。リンが絡むと込み入った話になるからな。うちのマスターは成果の出ない戦いは嫌がるたちでね。好戦的ではあるのだが。
I'll agree with that. As much as she likes competition, Tohsaka isn't the type that goes looking for a fight. But if one starts, she's the kind that will get involved. As long as she's in it, she'll aim to come out on top.
確かに、登坂がいたらお前に勝手はさせないか。あいつなら聖杯戦争が再開したからって誰かが一戦始めるまでは様子を見る。そういえばお前にはまだ聞いてなかったな。あーちゃん、この状況をどう思ってる？
Yeah, we haven't asked him yet.
サーバントとして戦うつもりはない。だが、留守を任されている以上、見過ごすことはできん。
他のサーバントに比べると少しだけ積極的だな。とりあえず、事態を解明したいってのは俺と同じなんだ。
本意ではないがな。街灯を脱いでいるのはそのためだ。こんなものは俺の戦いではない。
That's why you're not wearing a mantle? What does that mean? Is it... I don't know. So that's why I found him here without it. Archer hasn't gotten serious yet. He's just fulfilling the minimum requirements as the watchdog left behind while Tohsaka's gone.
再開した聖杯戦争には参加しないってことでいいんだな。単に信徒の平和を守る正義の味方ってことか。
ああ。もっとも、お前に関しては例外だがな。夜を待つ必要もない。なんなら、ここで今から殺し合うか。
This is gonna repeat of UBW. Archer responds to my murderous urge. My mouth twists eagerly into a grin and...
冗談。ここで戦う気はねえよ。それにあれだ。これが聖杯戦争の延長だって言うなら、戦いは夜じゃないと。
Is that a rule? I don't know. If I remember correctly, it's not really a rule. It's just that, you know, it's better to fight at night when there's not, you know, other innocents in the way. I smoothly evade his urge to kill me.
話はここまでにしとこう。じゃ、またどっかでな、アーチャー。
I begin to head back down the mountain.
いいだろう。お前に関して俺は本気だ。果たされなかった聖杯戦争の再現として、全力でお前たちを倒しにかかる。
The two of you? What does he mean by that? Provocation and readiness are in his voice. The bowman has proclaimed that he will fight not just me alone, but Saber and her master. Oh, okay, is that what he means? I thought there was like two Shiros or something? I don't know. I mean, there is, but like, he's also Shiro, so I don't know. If that's the way you want to play, great. Let's meet again once I'm ready. A noble determination wipes away my coarse lust for blood. This is our license to kill each other. An invisible letter of challenge has definitely been passed between the two of us. Okay. Shinto at night. No explanation needed. Challenge the bridge at full health. Okay. But what if we're not at full health? I don't know. Is that even possible? But I guess it's time to cross that bridge. With Saber. Okay, we can go alone again, but, you know. You gotta go, Saber. Let's go. We step onto the boundary of Miyama and Shinto. I recall the words he once said to me. The Shinto area is my shooting range. Those who enter. How many times have I been shot? Once? Several times? Well, yeah, probably a few times. Whenever I cross this bridge, you're an exception. I will shoot you between my eyes, or between the eyes. I ended up being defeated by you. Is a reenactment of Unfulfilled Heaven's Field. He said Heaven's Field? Did he say Heaven's Field? I can't remember. Did he say Heaven's Field or did he say Holy Grail War? I thought as a unfulfilled reenactment of the Holy Grail War, that's what he says, but it said Heaven's Field. Interesting. I feel my pulse quickening. The blood that has been sleeping starts flowing, and the rusted circuits start activating. Sorry to have kept you waiting, partner. Okay. My preparations are all in place. Kept you waiting, huh? I'm coming to take you down. The bridge is deserted, save for Saber and me. Tonight, with no cars on the roadway, not even the sound of wind blowing from the sea, reaches my tense-up thoughts.
懐かしいな。あの時もこうやってセイバーと教会に行ったんだっけ?
This is gonna be like a repeat, technically?
ええ。まだマスターの自覚がなかったシロと。
I feel like this is the same.
サーバントになっていなかった私と、まだ敵であったリン。こうして振り返ると、さぞおかしな3人組だったのでしょうね。
I think this is the same. Oh, she smiled like the memory of the night from half a year ago. This too is a fragment of those precious days, but I can't afford to get distracted now.
セイバー不機嫌だったよな。
Yeah.
あの夜は初対面であんまり話せなかったけど、教会に向かう時は輪をかけて無言だった。
I think she's also gonna complain about the raincoat thing again or something.
不機嫌にもなります。今だから言いますが、あの扱いには怒りを覚えたものです。演奏させるのなら他に
Yeah, the raincoat.
ないですか?
I remember. Saber speaking when it comes to disguises, memories of the numerous expensive disguises she'd been wearing last time during the Fourth Holy Grail War, it seems. She did mention that she also been dressed up as a man in a black suit. Ah, yes, that happened in Fate Zero. Saber's inability to dematerialize must have caused Kiritsuga a lot of trouble as well.
何やら言いたいことがあるようですね。いいでしょう。あの時の謝罪を兼ねてここで決着を。
Okay.
セイバー、
Woo! Okay. Back to Archer shooting arrows at us. Saber repels the shot that had been fired from 4 kilometers away. I activate my magic circuits. I drive reinforcement magic into my eyes. Ah. I wish I could do that. I don't have to wear glasses. He's right there. 2 pairs of eyes that should not be able to meet met. Each one is now aware of the other, an enemy that neither should have been able to see. The battle has begun. Tonight I will cross this bridge.
シロ、今のは一体。いえ、どうやって私より早く感知したのです。
話は後だ。次が来る。ここじゃ狭すぎる。上まで運んでくれ、セイバ
ー。上とはどこのことでしょう、シロ。
ここより高くて広い場所だ。気が利いてる。今夜は俺たちの貸し切りらしい。
橋の上の自動車道。ここなら足場も視界も確かですが。
セイバー、10時の方角、目標を確認しろ。
Wow. The second shot. An interval of 20 seconds. A memory that grazes past my brain tells me that there are 3 shots left.
確認しました。事態はつかめませんが、センタービルの屋上に狙撃手がいる。
I expected nothing less from Saber. We gain a lot by confirming his position from that last shot.
どういうことです？あれは。いいえ、こんなことができるのは一人だけだ。なぜ彼が私たちを狙うのです？まさかアーチャーともあろうものが聖杯戦争に乗ったというのですか？
I guess he's just an asshole. I don't know.
知らない。俺に分かるのはあいつが本気だってことだけだ。あいつは本気で俺たちと勝負に来ている。今それ以上の理由は必要か？
あなたの言う通りだ、シロ。失態の罰は後ほど。今はアーチャーの迎撃に全力を。
It's funny that, you know, the animation for him shooting the arrows just happens during the dialogue. Woo! Deflect! The third shot. A grace period of 2 more shots. With the 5th, Saber's knees will give out and the 6th will kill me. These are the unchangeable results that this tactic is leading to. Archer's sniping is increasing in power with every shot. Each time Saber deflects ones, he must be putting more magical energy into the next. The firing interval this time was 25 seconds, the next one will likely be 30. These intervals are his weakness. If we can attack him right after he fires, before we can charge the next round, we'll avoid the same fate that's befallen us before. But how? He's 4 kilometers away from us at a straight shot. On the roads we need to get to him, the distance is double that. With Saber's Noble Phantasm we can put a fight, but with Excalibur the area of impact is too large. There's the risk of sweeping down not only center building but even the surrounding buildings, and on top of that we're dealing with Archer. Knowing Saber's attacks as well as he does, he must have a defense against Excalibur. The best way to fight a skilled sniper is to get close enough to engage in hand-to-hand combat. It will be possible to get that close without him noticing us. So if that's the case, all we have to do is close the distance at extreme speed before he responds. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, like any kind of like typical like multiplayer first-person shooter. Like, how do you kill like a camping sniper? I mean, usually, I mean, the usual tactic is to get in cover, you know. But I guess there's no cover, no like things to hide behind, and then get close. I fixed her with a meaningful stare because if there's like one strategy, I'm thinking maybe like, you know, instead of going up, they could have went down, you know, like. Swim, maybe? Actually, technically, Saber can't swim. She can walk on water, but she can't swim. I don't know, anyway. That would have been my strategy, you know? Go down, not go up. Get undercover so he can't see us in the first place. Get out of line of sight. But, with those hawk eyes he's using to watch us, the movement of my lips will give us away. Or we can, like, lip read, I guess? Wait, what do you call that? Lip reading, right? Read lips? This fight will be decided in an instant. I can't let him discover what we're planning to do.
可能です。ですが、私の魔力だけでは足りない。失礼ですが、シローの魔力を足しても十分では。
十分だ。こっちにはこれがある。
The last command spell remaining on my left hand. Okay, interesting.
シロー、いけない。それは最後の手段だ。それにうまくいったところで誰があなたを守るのです。その案には賛同できない。ここは撤退して体勢を立て直せば。
そっちこそダメなんだ。何しろ一度試した。
Saber by herself could retreat, but with me here, both of us would be killed. To cross this bridge, I've got to bet everything on our timing, on this moment. I might be able to start over again from the beginning, but I can't redo just this part. Therefore, I better give it everything I've got. Was the arrow pose up? Losing the command spell is no big deal. All that matters is the fact of having defeated him, even if only once. I guess, you know, in the face of time loops, you know, using command spells, not all that. Well, not all that risky, because we'll just time loop anyway, you know, assuming we keep our memories, maybe we can talk to him after we defeat him or something? I don't know. The 4th shot. Saber's ability to repel his shots has reached his limit. There's no time. As always, this is the fastest I can manage.
まったく。あなたの決断はいつも突然だ。
Saber lowers her stance. She looks like a carnivorous animal, tensing up the moment before it springs.
指示を、マスター。この身はあなたの剣ですから。
Hmm? Her blade becomes visible. Cutting off all access magical energy flow to the sword, Saber pours all of her power into her own body. What are they gonna do? I don't know. She's ready to use Excalibur? I thought they weren't gonna use it. Oh, look at the animations, new. The firing hammers fall one by one. Getting the timing right isn't all I have to do. I have 2 major problems. It'll be after the command spell's release that my worth as Emiya Shirou will be tested. There you go on. 10 seconds. Command spells allow for the temporary strengthening of the servants. A powerful technique that converts that tremendous magical energy into energy for servants. Enough power to even fill Saber's enormous circuit. The King of Knights, one who ruled over the battlefields in the Age of Legends, shall be reborn. Ooh. The order about to be given with the command spell is Fly. This is no metaphorical flight. Saber will literally fly in a single leap from here to the roof of the center building. I guess that's the plan. We saw this CG before. Saber once fought a rider there in the past. A reenactment of that fight. No. If movement is limited to a straight line, then by raising the amount of magical energy for the time she's in the air, the distance covered in one jump will increase. If all the magical power of the command spell is used solely to let her fly, then it shouldn't be impossible to reduce the great distance between us down to 0. 5 seconds. Opposing us is a nameless bowman, the heroic spirit of wrought iron that uses the noble phantasms he traces as arrows. The name of the arrow being trained on us is Hunting, Hound of the Red Plains, I guess. Ooh. A lot of CGs. A lot of new like CGs. Adjustment plus 5 seconds. The delay increases. The bow drawn back to its greatest extent further increases its own power to combat Saber's magical energy combustion. The problem is in the timing. It'll be too risky to launch her first or at the same time. As Saber herself is about to become an arrow, if she leaps before Archer fires, he will aim at her. Therefore, it has to be done immediately after the shot. And that 10th of a second after he lets his arrow go, that's when we strike. After Archer fires his full first shot and before he charges the next round, no, immediately after he releases the arrow, she will drive her sword right through him. The roar of their swelling magical energy, a showdown that seems enough to shake the moon. 5. Still too early. 3. My command spell feels like it could tear off from the strain. 1. The creaking of the bowstring, his fingers decide the target. Oh, suddenly this theme. Saber. A flash that reduces the time needed to cross a distance of 4,000 meters to nothing. All of Archer's magical power concentrated into a single enchanted sword. His arrow glides through the air, carrying sure death to its target. The name of the Trace's sword is Hunting. The enchanted sword that will continue its assault on the target as long as the Archer continues to aim, even if it is deflected by Saber. Even if Saber could guard against it, that wouldn't change the result. No. The moment that Saber deflects is the same moment that the arrow roars toward its target. As long as Saber expends her energy on defense, Archer's victory will remain unshakable. That's right. As long as she expends her energy on defense. A mere instant, not even a fraction of a second. The instant that his fingers released the bowstring and fired. The defense Saber disappears on the bridge. The bowman sees through to his enemy's true intention, but it's too late. The arrow has already been fired. Which one of them has now confirmed their victory? Should there be a bowman that can shoot his mark several hundred meters away? He's still bound by an ironclad rule. An arrow, once fired, cannot change its target. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of anime where that can happen, but I guess not this one. Whatever arrows that guarantee a definite hit he may have, a bowman cannot resist this law. Yet, it is by conquering that law that he is the heroic spirit of the bow. Nani? The arrow is changing its path. No, it is the path that was meant to strike two enemies from the start. He turned that same rule back on us. A large Saber has no means of dodging. The arrow transforms into a demonic bullet that will shatter the King of Knights. An unavoidable death. Nobody could escape. Yet, it's by rising above that fate that she's the heroic spirit of the sword. Yeah, it's like, and yet this thing happens, and yet this thing happens. Oh no! Very anime. Light crosses light. a tilting bounce as if we were passing through. The blue light rises to the heavens as though singing its victory. The red light plummets to the abyss as though lamenting its defeat. Saber missile! Leaving a huge shockwave in her wake, Saber is released. The timing was perfect. However, a simple command spell won't be enough to conquer this bridge. With my face to the blinding wind so powerful it shakes the handrails, I stare down the approaching bullet. Yeah, what are you gonna do about that, by the way? Time stops. The blank space of time shorter than a second, blood charges in my veins. 1 second after I use the command spell. No time to image. No time needed to image. That which I forgot and now use it all for this moment. The tension and fear take my breath away. My left hand is burning. I can see my death approaching in 0 seconds. I gasp for breath, my tongue hanging out like a tired dog's. Laws of physics and magic are rushing about. Time to formation, 0 seconds. Time to direct impact. And it's Vroeus. Be careful you don't fall off that bridge. That spectacle, Archer certainly witnessed it. An attack that poured all power, down to that required to breathe, into the left arm. The sparkling of the trace noble phantasm. The tearing of the layers of muscles. Coupled with a death-defying counterattack, that boy managed a one-time only defense. As far as the outcome of the battle, the bowman still has the potential to win. The boy's sword is broken, while the arrow, though repelled, still remains in flight. The arrow will soon reverse its course and find its target right between the boy's eyes. That's right. As long as the one who fired the arrow is still intact. Well, not for long, assuming Saber. Oh, it's just, again, a lot of cool, like, CGs. They're just new.
6社目をつがえる以前に剣を構えることもできぬとは少しばかり本業に戻りすぎたようだ
Ah yes, the archer class really is made of archers. So that's his weakness, he didn't get his swords prepared. How ironic. It has always been this man's style to use tactics unlike those of a bowman. This servant who preferred close-quarters combat with his twin swords to the bow couldn't respond to Saber's attack because he had returned to using his true method of battle.
アーチャーの名に恥じぬ一投でした。あなたにマスターがいたのなら、この結末にはならなかったでしょ
う。バカを言うな、セイバー。あれがいたのなら、そもそもお前たちとは戦えん。
He answers her praise with laughter. His lips curve into an expression not of contempt but of fraternal respect. Or fraternal?
いかんな。もう持たん。他に言うことはないか、セイバー。勝者の責務だ。
Excuse me, by the way. Sneezed. A light sound as of sand being dispersed. Nothing so awkward as the shedding of blood occurred. Oh yeah, I just noticed. Like, he's cut in half. Amazing. Even a servant bleeds while he's still alive. When that life is definitively severed, all that remains is for him to return to ash.
いいえ、私からは何も。あなたが弓を取ったのなら、それはしかるべき理由があってのこと。私は命を奪った。これ以上のものをあなたから取り上げることはできない。
Are you sure, Saber? The exposition, a little bit, exposition or answers to the mystery would be nice, but I guess we'll get that later, probably, as we time loop. A soft chuckle escapes from Archer. Should he take Saber's courtesy as a kindness or cruelty? When in battle, the knight carried both within her. There had been a time when he found that contradiction, that self-destructive strength of the heart that would have eaten away at a mere human being to be beautiful. No, even now he can't make himself forget it. Long ago there had been a meeting. The scene had lasted less than a second, but he would remember that scene vividly even when he had gone to hell. Ah yes, the very beginning of Fate's Day Night, actually. I ask of you, are you my master? Locks of hair illuminated by the moonlight. When he shuts his eyes, even now that image remains in his heart.
今回は俺の負けか。先に行くぞ、セイバー。せいぜい、この俺に騙されていろ。
Bleh, okay. Scouring without gallantry, Archer is destroyed, his bitterness in defeat all that is left. Sheathing her sword, Saber bites her lip. Above her hangs the black moon. It's almost as if something toxic is about to drip from its cup-like silhouette, cup-like, slowly down to the victor to poison her. One hour later, I drag my body, exhausted from that single attack, up to the roof. It probably took a bit. Saber is staring up at the sky. The strained expression in her face makes me hesitant to call out to her.
Shirou, 迎えに来てくれたのですか?
There's no vitality in Saber's voice. Archer isn't here, which means she has defeated him. He has no wounds that I can see, but leaping that great a distance must have been painful. I mean, she looks completely fine to me.
私は無傷です。そういうシローはどうなのですか? 顔色が優れませんが。
自覚はないんだけど、そうかもしれない。さっきから寒気がしてる。魔力がすっからかんで、体力が落ちてるんだろう。
Even I have to admit that was crazy. Back then, I was so abnormally exhilarated that I couldn't think of the consequences.
今夜はここで帰りましょう。信徒の巡回は明日からにすればいい。今はシローの体力回復が先決です。
そうだな。さすがにこれ以上は無理みたいだ。
We leave the roof.
シロー、本当にこれでよかったのですね。
いいか悪いかで言えばこれでいい。
No doubt about it. I've moved past one more new event, yes. In meta. The Battle of the Bridge has come to an end for now, but we must get more flags and get more events. Archer has been defeated, the anomaly continues running rampant, and the night of the fourth day goes on an idle slumber. Completion is still a long way off, but for now, I'll rest. Even if that time hasn't come yet. If I keep moving forward, then one way or another, the end will come into view. And the black moon is still in the sky. Okay, exit, restart? Oh, we're starting right now? Were we on the fourth day? It didn't feel like it, but maybe we were, or I don't know. Dead bridge, breakthrough, can now cross the bridge to Shinto during night patrols. Amazing. And new wallpaper. Right, alright. Did we just restart? Let's keep going. Back to Slice of Life. Let's see, go to the ghost house, go to school. Sure, why not? Go to school. Can we talk to... Oh, we can talk to Kuzuki-sensei. Sure. We don't learn much about him, so... I cross paths with a rather noisy bunch as I head back to my classroom. Okay. After that whole big deal of, like, of defeating Archer, now we just go back to school and have a normal life again. Kind of a mood whiplash, actually. But,
ありゃ外国人つうかさ、なんか変じゃなかったか?
Okay, I guess these guys are talking about Kuzuki and Caster. I guess Caster is here.
いいんだよ、細かいことは。美人ならそれでいいの。
He's beautiful, and also she has elf ears for some reason.
見間違いかな。耳長かったよな。
Yeah. I come to a halt. I'm pretty sure I have a good idea of how many good-looking foreigners there are around town. Like, literally, they all... Well, not all of them live in Shirou's house, but a lot of them live in Shirou's house. But ones that would come here? I wanted to ask about the details, but the bunch disappeared towards the other end of the hall before I could get a chance. Issei, who was walking alongside, has stopped as well.
どうしたんだ、一世。
いや、今の連中が話していた内容が少し気になってな。
珍しいな。一世がそんな噂話なんか気にするなんて。
いや、何？話の内容に少し心当たりがあっただけだ。しかし、特にこちらが気にする必要もあるまい。
With a nod, he just accepts whatever he accepts and walks away in a hurry. I should follow his example and get going, but it still keeps bothering me.
やっぱり聞いてみるか。
ボス、調べは済んでます。
Someone suddenly starts talking to me. Startled, I see Goto-kun. My classmate appeared with an open student planner in his hand. Oh yes, Goto-kun. We see him in a few scenes, actually, but I guess he doesn't really have a sprite, so he's not very important, as it turns out. Seems like he watched another detective TV drama yesterday.
外車の特徴は外国人で美人。目撃者の証言によると、スタイルが良く、印象を聞くと紫だった。という答えが返ってきました。
There's nothing written down in the planner, but he recites it with no hesitation.
紫
Murasaki. No way. Could it be Ryder? Ryder? Purple? She's more like pinkish, really, I think. Not really purple. Sort of, maybe. I don't know.
後藤君、その外車ってどこで見られてるんだ。
外車は玄関から入って1階廊下に来たという目撃証言があります。
So the target is moving. Looks like her assault isn't about to stop there either.
サンキュー。引き続き内偵を進めてくれ。
Okay, thanks, Goto-kun. Now we will never see you ever again. You'll never have a character sprite. How tragic. I'll start looking for her in the first floor's hallway. Even if Ryder has already moved on, someone must have seen her. Was it, or is it Ryder? I don't know.
ああ、ボス、そろそろ戻らないと会議の時間ですが、遅れると本部長が怒りますよ。
But again, they did mention ears, right? So it has to be Caster, it's not Ryder.
藤村先生にはうまくごまかしといてくれ。授業には遅れても行くから。
了解です。
Goto-kun responds with a salute. I throw a glance at him and go down the stairs. It did not take long to reach the objective. Frankly, I was originally going to turn right around and hurry back to the classroom, but I couldn't just abandon the person in need. Okay, there she is, and she's wearing her full attire. He says fleeting doubt was Caster. But she sure does stand out. She's not doing anything outright suspicious, she's just conspicuous, and very much so. Not sure of her destination, she checks the room numbers one by one as she walks down the hallway.
もう、キャスター。
あら、セイバーのところの坊やじゃない。
Caster seems unfazed, but I'm feeling quite tense myself. Right about now, people are saying, who is that? It's Emiya from the third year, it's him again. Why does the universe revolve around him? I mean, he's literally the protagonist, and the universe does literally revolve around him. Anyway, let's get to killing him now, and he does die a lot. That is true, and so forth.
それで何してんだよ、そんな目立つ格好でさ。いつものほら、信徒に出かける時の洋服はどうしたんだ？
I whisper softly.
大丈夫よ。そのあたりは魔術で認識をごまかしてるわ。
Again with the magic. Again with magic. I guess, well, I was thinking, like, did that happen in Fate Stay Night? It did probably. Like, Rin actually used some of that magic, I guess. A little bit to make everyone, like, all the innocents to get away so she could, like, memory wipe Shirou, if you remember.
なんだよ。
職員室ってどこかしら？
あ？
何よその間の抜けた顔は。
いや、入り口の案内板に書いてなかった？
She must have missed it.
変なところでチェック甘いんだから。大体さ、あんた前に来たことあるだろ？どうして今さら職員室の位置なんて。
仕方ないでしょ。どこも同じような構造で一つ一つの細かい違いなんて把握してないわよ。めんどくさいもの。
She complains of a sigh. Just now, I finally got a glimpse of her true character.
何をしているエイミヤ。チャイムは鳴ったぞ。自分の教室に戻れ。
宗一郎様。
Whether he had a first-year class or just overheard the noise we were making, Kuzuki-sensei has silently appeared out of nowhere.
お弁当を届けに参りました。宗一郎様。
That's why she's here.
そうか。助かる。
今朝は慌ただしくて、私もお忘れになったのに気づかずすみませんでした。
But maybe he did it purposely because again, Caster isn't the best at cooking. I don't know.
いや、こちらも油断していた。
With both hands, Kuzuki-sensei receives the lunchbox wrapped in a fancy handkerchief. For a moment, the two gaze at each other, lunchbox between them. Caster's passionate eyes aimed at Kuzuki-sensei. Kuzuki-sensei looking at the lunchbox. Suddenly, Caster looks down, bringing her hands together in front of her.
ご迷惑かとも思ったのですが、せっかくの用意が無駄になりますし、それにもしや一人で買い食いなどして恥ずかしい思いをされてはと。
そうか。
Well, I saw him wolfing down a yakisoba sandwich a while back. The image of Kuzuki-sensei with a lunchbox prepared with loving care by his wife just doesn't seem to fit.
今日のお菜はレンコンのハサミ焼きですよ。
Oh, that was Toyetsu's special yesterday.
それとプチトマトの蜂蜜レモン酢漬けも。
おう。
Yeah, that too.
以前つい買いすぎてしまった時に残さずお食べになられていたので、きっとお好きかと思って。
そうだな。
No, which is it? Did he like it or not? But you did well in buying that, Mrs. Magical Lady. Right, the side dish shops at Toyotsu is extremely popular with housewives, and always go out of stock by 1 in the afternoon. Did she camp out there?
ところで、宗一郎様、しばらくお時間をいただいても構わないでしょうか。
Kuzuki-sensei nods. I see. He wasn't actually going to class, but just happened to be passing by.
その、実は。
I finally noticed that Caster's glaring at me.
なあに坊や。用済みならとっととお帰りなさい。
Go home.
いや、授業あるから。
じゃあさっさと行けばいいでしょ。こんなところではぐれ牛みたいにもうブーラブラせずに。
わかったよ。
Okay, we're just a third wheel. Definitely my bad. It was me who stopped her in the first place.
ほら、シュシュ。
I don't care about Caster, but let's get going before I get scolded by Kuzuki-sensei as well.
宗一郎様、せっかくこうして職場へお伺いしたのですし、よろしければお世話になっているご同僚の方にご挨拶しておこうかと。その職員室は
案内しよ
う。Kuzuki-sensei turns around abruptly.
でも私ったらお弁当のことで頭がいっぱいで差し入れの一つも持たず。やはりまた次の機会に。
構わんだろう。別に気を使うことはない。
はい。ではお言葉に甘えまして。
Okay. With a reddened face as he was trying to hide behind Kuzuki-sensei's back, Caster follows along. Still apologizing, she's straightening her hair frantically while looking in the mirror. I'm deeply impressed by a woman's desire to not cause any embarrassment for her dear husband. Caster is making her debut appearance in the teacher's lounge. Impressive. Also, she's still wearing her robes though, so it's kind of weird.
話題としては美人の嫁さん披露会だけで十分なお土産ね。
Oh yes, Fujine.
だよな。このネタで向こう1週間は持ちきり。
As I try to turn my head, I find it firmly held in place. The unforgiving, all-scathing Tiger Claw. 何?
少年。
What's with this battle music?
校内を美人がブラリングなんて噂一つで命よりも大切な授業をすっぽかそうとは先生見過ごせないわ。
The voice alone sends goosebumps crawling all over my skin.
これはあくまでクレヨンつがい見知って人助け警察。
警察?
脳が痛い
Why don't we crush that skull?
質問があります本部長。
なーに
後藤君は彼のフォローは？
He's dead.
バカめ奴は死んだわ。
Yep. Toto!
内村大河が教室に帰る。
Okay. Good song. Squirming on the staircase like a freshly caught tuna, I'm being dragged towards the slaughterhouse known as the classroom. Alright. Well, there's nothing else to do here, so I guess go to the next... Oh, no, it's not there. I'll go to after school, actually, yeah. After school... Oh, there's another Fujimura scene and a part-time job scene. Yeah, I mean, let's try to do more plot stuff, yeah. Good work today, or let's stay for overtime? Or just normal day? Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know, the exclamation mark scenes are always a wild card, because you never know, like, either it advances the plot, or it simply, like, does nothing, you know, nothing happens, but we'll see, let's see what happens. I don't know.
さすがに疲れたな。
So I guess this is after the part-time job. The lights are all on, and I expect everyone should already be home at this hour. I decided to walk back home, but it got pretty chilly as the sun went down. But now I'll have dinner, take a bath, and decide what to do after a good rest.
シロ、お帰りなさい。
あ、ただいま、セイバー。今出かけるところだったのか？
いえ、シロのことを待っていました。
Thus the welcome back, I guess. I was a little unprepared. Taken by surprise, I lost my train of thought.
シロはこの家の主で働いて帰ってきたのです。ねぎらいたいと思うことはそんなに不思議なことでしょうか？
いや、そんなことはない。ありがとう。ただいま、セイバー。
ええ、お帰りなさい、シロ。食事の支度ならできています。中に入りましょう。
I passed through the gate with Saber. When things like this happen so naturally, you always realize the importance after the fact. Maybe someday being greeted like this will be something I can look back on as a precious memory. Okay. Okay, yeah, nothing new about that, I guess. Nothing major. But now we can go out for a walk, I guess, with Saber into the Shinto area. Can't go to the church, but can go to the harbor or the station front. I guess go here. I guess we're at the harbor. I remember meeting, you know, Saber at the harbor. Like she talked about her past and everything. I also talked to Lancer about his past here as well. And now we're here at night. But I guess nothing abnormal at the harbor though. This is Lancer's territory. I doubt he let anything suspicious come anywhere near his lair.
ランサーいないな。てっきりテントでも張って飯盒で飯食ってると思ったのに。
I guess not.
確かに彼ならどこであろうと気ままに過ごしていそうですね。大河の話では あちらの岬でキャンプしていたそうですが。
Oh, it's like right there. There's an arrow. He's over there. Oh, around there. The locals wouldn't go over there when it's not summer break, and I guess it does seem like just the kind of place Lancer would pick as his hideout. At this rate, one of these days there's going to be an urban legend about a bushcraft sage hermit living in the forest on the outskirts of Fuyuki.
海岸線は問題ないな。自然は自然の申し子に任せて、文明人は都市部に戻るとしますか。
Crocodile Dundee. Is that... I don't know if that was translated literally. I don't know. Maybe? Not sure.
シローはランサーを誤解していますね。彼はああ見えて、私などより何倍もこの時代に理解がある。たくましいという言葉が、肉体的にも精神的にも似合う人物だ。
Well, I do agree there. In that aspect, even I look up to him. And... on that note, I love the fact that Saber did not object to Crocodile Dundee either. Again, is it like, was that the original Japanese translation? Because sometimes I do wonder, you know, sometimes there are like very specific references to Japanese culture which might miss the mark if you translate it literally, right? Because for people who don't live in Japan, they might not get the reference. But Crocodile Dundee, that's, you know, that's more of a global reference. So maybe the translators put it there, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Crocodile Dundee. Let's see. I guess nothing to do here. So streets. Oh no, there's some here. We talk to Ryder. Go to temple. Talk to her. Interesting. Also an exclamation mark. Now like a dark silhouette this time. That is actually like a character and an exclamation mark. One refreshing morning, I find myself walking leisurely along the mountain trail. With sunlight spilling out through the grove of trees and a slight nip in the mountain air, everything is in a magnificent harmony. Truly a perfect day for a peaceful walk through the woods, and one or two out-of-character songs to be whistled on the way. And then, disrupting the ideal harmony of the scene, I find something strange standing in the middle of this woodland path.
あれ、リズ。裏山で何やってんだ?
The road ahead leads to the back of the temple, the high ground looking out over the outskirts of the city. She didn't just come straight from the castle, did she?
おい、おはよう、リズ。
あ、おはよう、シロ。
She walks up to me leisurely. It may sound rather blunt, but her manners somehow remind me of a baby duckling. Especially this unconditional emotional attachment I sense from her.
いや、珍しいところであったな。
I have a feeling she likes Shiro for the food. Just like Saber, actually. It's just for the food.
私、お寺に来るのは初めて。シロはよく来る？
まあ、よく来てる方かな。友達がいるんで、寺向きの用がなくても遊びに来るし。リズは初めてって言ったけど、何か用があったのか？
用はないけど、この辺りで良くない感じがしたから、ちょっと。
ちょっと？
良くないものを懲らしめに。
Ah, yes. Like this. The maid gestures as if strangling a bird. Whoa. Terrifying. The fact that this maid does not joke around is what is terrifying.
ちょっと待った。その良くないものってどんなんだろ
う？見る？
Oh, what? She just skipped over a few lines in the dialogue. If possible, I'd like to ask what that dangerous thing before seeing it.
その、見られるの？
欲しい？
Nani? And again, she skips a line, if not a whole paragraph. We're now at the top floor, standing at the very edge of a communication cliff.
その、持ってるの？
そこで見つけたから。イリアの敵かと思って探したけど、 イリアの匂いもする。不思議。
Here, she stretches out her hand.
ああ、どうも。
What is it? Without thinking, I take the object. It's... I don't know. A weird card thing that's like dirty? Some kind of a picture card, I guess? I ended up getting something like a tarot card made out of a piece of cloth, it seems. It reminds me of the servants, right? The servant, you know, generic servant images, you know, on the cards.
これ、この辺りで見つけたのか？
地面に埋まってた。きっとすごく昔のもの。200年以上前。
なんと、聖杯戦争より前からか。
There's gotta be a highly valuable archaeological artifact? How you say? Archaeology? I don't know why I can't say the word. It's very valuable. Well, I'm not too sure about the over 200 years part, but let's leave it at that.
サンキュー、リーズ。ありがたくもらっておくけど、いいのか？本当に俺で。
いい。シローと会ったのもきっと運命。シローに喜んでもらえてよかった。
That took me by surprise. Because she has a limited range of emotions, a statement like that from Liz has some serious destructive power.
それじゃあ私はお城にバック。シローも今度お城に遊びに来るといい。
Back the way she came, now she just goes straight into the woods. I don't want to think about it, but it does look like she just walked all the way from the castle.
ああ、じゃあまたな、リーズ。
うん。でも気をつけてシロー。それ持ってると確実に不幸になるから。
Then why did you give it to me?
結局呪いのアイテムかよ。
Okay. Not a trace of joy in her laugh, she disappears into the woods.
どうしたもんかな、これ。
I stare at the mysterious card. Well, it's gotta be useful for something, right? And anyhow, I'm sure an even worse disaster will come if I just throw it out. For now, I just slip into my back pocket and try to forget about it. Okay. The flag, an odd picture card. Cannot decipher the meaning in current state. Search for the one who can, as you see fit. Who would be able to see? I don't know.